was a heck of a pass. I mean, you could just hear that ball sizzling in the air.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we've got Jeff Okudah, who's been stepping up to challenges all season, now at 8 interceptions. It's the Commanders and the Eagles under the lights on Monday night.
This time of year in Philly, you know what to expect. Cold temps, and we've got them. But the skies are clear tonight at Lincoln Financial. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his third season, Jalen Hurts. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Here's Jordan Berry now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And bringing him out, CD, it's a rookie from South Dakota State by way of Samford and South Florida. Well-traveled. Here's Chris Oladokun. They go play action, and now here's Oladokun. That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Washington! Amon-Ra St. Brown with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Commanders will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's Hurts to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a first. First and 10, here's Oladokun. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Oladokun to the air on first down. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Amon-Ra St. Brown with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Commanders are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better. As Sanders has it pumped free, and it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. Touchdown, Washington. Amon-Ra St. Brown doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra points. And that makes the score 21-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4 score.
Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Hurts a hand, and he loses the football a second time. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Second time in this first half now, Charles, that he's coughed up the football.
And both times I think they were in spots where he's got to think about covering up the ball. He's got to revert to his fundamentals in those practice drills where they carry it through traffic. He's not out in the open field where he can swing it a little bit, cover it up, and take care of it.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Traditionally, as a defense, your #1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacted the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been real. Touchdown! Equanimous St. Brown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him. And ball security has been a big issue. You see the numbers there. He's fumbled twice already.
And whenever we talk about ball security, it's not simply how you're holding the ball when you run it. It's all the other things that you do. Is it in the proper arm, meaning the sideline is protecting you? Are you dipping a shoulder to protect the ball as well? And obviously the 4 points of pressure to make sure it's tucked firmly against your body so people can't pop it out.
To throw again on second down. Hurts Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Jonathan Bostic just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles.
Under pressure, they got him again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. We get a look at Amon-Ra St. Brown as his offense readies for the next drive. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the second quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done, and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. Oladokin on 1st and 10. Looking for Woods again, and he finds him. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better or something.
Touchdown, Washington. Equanimous St. Brown with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And this play is not going to work. He's out of bounds, well shy of the goal line. And the try for 2, unsuccessful.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
The Eagles offense is going to take over late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing?
Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it. Congratulations to them. But it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor.
Come on.
Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports
halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We begin with something never said before in NFL history. Let's start out in Germany. That's right, Munich, the site for the early tilt between Seattle and Tampa Bay, where it was the host Buccaneers who were able to come away with that victory. Tom Brady, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Matt Ryan leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. Cordero Patterson, a touchdown run in the victory. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for This taken in at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. We're going to look at Amon-Ra St. Brown as his offense readies for the next drive.
A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet. And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way, and he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. There goes a deep ball, end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Now the try here for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. J.J. Watt just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. To try again after the sack. Hurts escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. We're backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Hurts. And that is incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. We're going to look at Equanimous St. Brown as he and the rest of the crew march out onto the field. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
We'll throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Throwing on first down with Oladokin. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 43 yards. And the Commanders just continue to roll. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll go down as this drive will start at 5-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah, and he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense...
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Another not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. We get a look at Equinemius St. Brown as he and the rest of the crew march out onto the field. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore. Because he is.
Oh, that's just not fair. And now room to run. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Oladokin now on the bootleg. Forced out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Now Oladokin, 3rd and long. Flushed out right. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Ready.
Working out of the gun. Here's Oladokin. This will be caught at about the 5. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. The try here for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's finished off by a receiving touchdown from Christian McCaffrey. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A short kick taken at the 18. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. After the sack on first down, Hurts. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Myles Garrett in there to drop him at sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Boy, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this 1st down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. We get a look at Equinemius St. Brown as he and the rest of the crew march out onto the field. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. They find some open field here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked.